It's the EST Rink Report as we get set for round number 2, Oilers versus Canucks. Tom Gazzola with Derek Van Diest from NHL.com at the downtown community arena. Oilers on the ice right now, DVD. No Adam Henrique, no Evander Kane. Are you worried? What do you think of this?
No, not so much. I think Evander Kane's a guy that doesn't like practice. So easy.
What are you trying to say, DVD?
And we're talking about practice here. He doesn't really like practice.
Yeah.
So, but he's, obviously he's been bothered by that sports hernia. So I think rest is the big thing for him. Enrique, I'm not sure. I thought he had twisted his ankle or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he's staying off it as well. Rest, and I think this break is going to do well for both of them to be able to kind of rest and heal up and get going. They're obviously both a little banged up, and it sounds like it's going to be a very physical, tough series, I believe, against the Canucks. So, I think they're just weighing the pros and cons of practicing or resting, and they've decided rest is better option right now.
Yeah, rest important for that athletic pubalgia that Evander Kane is dealing with. That is the term. Matt Cassian dealt with it, our game analyst on the Oil Stream pre- and post-game show. Okay, we've had so much time since the last game when Edmonton clinched the series against the LA Kings. We saw Vancouver get it done against Nashville. What did you make of Vancouver in that series against the Preds?
I did not like them at all, to be honest with you. I thought they should have lost 3 of the 4 games. They did not play well. They won a game when they had 12 shots on net.
Yep.
They're not going to do that against Edmonton. You're not going to get 12 shots and win a game. They won a game where they were down with 2.5 minutes left to go, and they scored 2 desperation goals and won it at overtime. And even in the clinching game, I didn't think they were the better team. I thought they were kind of fortunate that there's some good goaltending on both ends. But, yeah, they weren't the dominant team that I think maybe a lot of people expected as the number 1 seed. So they're going to have to play a lot better. Elias Pettersson was pretty much invisible the entire series, right? So they've gone through 3 goaltenders. They're on their 3rd goalie now.
Yep.
So it's going to be a lot of questions going into Vancouver now whether they can get it together, because if they play that way against Edmonton Oilers, I don't think they have a chance of winning the series.
Thatcher Demko ruled out for Game 1 by Rick Tocchet on Sunday. Arturs Shilov's great story there, I know, but Edmonton gets swept in the season series by the Canucks. 3 of those games in the first 11 when the Oilers were an absolute disaster. They were one of the best teams, if not the best team, after they let go Jay Woodcroft and Dave Manson, brought in Chris Knobloch. So how do you handicap this series?
Yeah, those 3 games to me don't count. And they don't count for the Oilers because not only that, the Oilers were playing bad, but Mattias Ekholm had missed all of training camp, so he wasn't up to speed. And if he wasn't up to speed, Evan Bouchard wasn't up to speed, right? There was a lot of things going wrong. Jack Campbell didn't get any saves in the first game, and Stuart Skrina didn't make any saves in the second game. So it's just one of those things that it was a terrible start. And I remember they asked Connor McDavid about it the other day. He's like, I don't even want to talk about that. That was so long ago. And it was too long ago to remember those 3 games. For 3 games, and I think it was first 11 games. So the Canucks came out flying. The Oilers were struggling. They're different teams. And even the last game, McDavid didn't play. So there's a big difference there. So you take that all away. You look at the Winnipeg Jets, how they dominated Colorado in the regular season, and then they got hammered in the playoffs. Yeah. So the playoffs, it doesn't mean anything. And I think it's 2 different teams coming in here now. And it's just who's playing well at the moment. And I think right now the Edmonton Oilers are playing the better hockey.
Rest a big thing. You were talking about that. No Henrique, no Kane on the ice right now. We'll find out more from Chris Knobloch, obviously, or maybe not because it is the playoffs and they don't like to talk about those sorts of things. But people saying, well, it's a week between games for the Oilers. The rest is good. That is an important thing. Maybe less of an advantage against the Canucks, who get a little bit of extra rest themselves. The scheduling has become a big thing. There's nothing we can do about it. DVD, what can you tell the fine folks out there watching about the scheduling, why it's taking so long, and the arena issues and basketball and all that factoring?
Well, I think that was one of the issues, is that both the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks are in the NBA playoffs right now. And so they have precedent. They take number 1 precedence over those buildings over the Dallas and Colorado, right? So they had to schedule around those 2 in the other series, and of course the NHL doesn't want both West Coast series on the same night.
Yep.
So then that's why they had to wait last night. Now, when it comes to 8 o'clock starts, I don't have any control over that.
Fix it.
That's TV all the way. You want to blame TNT, you want to play ESPN. I think that's TV all the way.
Yeah.
They feel like that's where they're going to get their viewership. And yeah, you're right. Those are late starts, late games. But that's the reason, I think, and the league wants to kind of, they want to have one West Coast game or one Western game one night and one Western game the next night. And the same thing with the East. So that's the way the schedules work. East game early, West game late. playoff hockey for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, 8 o'clock plus starts for 4 plus games. I don't think we should be surprised. Although people did share their frustrations venting to me when I said that they are probably going to be 8 o'clock starts. All right, who do you like in this series? Canucks, Oilers, first time since '92 that they meet in the postseason.
Yeah, it's going to be a great series. I really think it's going to be a really good series, and I think it's going to be back and forth and very tactical, and it's going to be very interesting. We see Rick Tocchet and Chris Knobloch match wits. But I just do think that the Oilers are a much deeper team than the Canucks are. I think the Canucks depend a lot on Bozier and Miller and Pettersson, and they just depend a lot on those guys to provide offense. And when Pettersson didn't show up, they didn't generate offense.
Right.
You look down the list after those three guys, and you're talking Connor Garland, and you're talking you're going down the list, and I think the Oilers are a lot deeper, especially in their top two lines. I think defensively the Canucks are very good. I think Tyler Myers had a great series against Nashville. Obviously Quinn Hughes is Quinn Hughes. He's one of the best defensemen in the league. You're going to get out of him. The Nashville Predators tried to run him out of the building,
right.
and they couldn't do it.
Right.
And that's a lot of credit to Quinn Hughes because he was getting hit every opportunity. They couldn't do it. He still had a good series. I just think the Oilers are deep right now, and I don't think a third-string goaltender beats the Edmonton Oilers. I think that Demko has to come back for the Canucks to have this series. And if he comes back, how healthy is he going to be? They say it's his knee. Is it a bad knee? So as good as a story as Arthur Slivos is, he's not beating the Edmonton Oilers.
Right. JT Miller is a beast in my opinion, but I'm with you, DVD. Should be a great series. Kicks off Wednesday night in Vancouver. Big thank you, DVD, from NHL.com. That is the EST Rink Report from the Downtown Community Arena.